Hello everyone, welcome back to the weekly video. Let's continue where we left off the last time. The last video, we stopped at the 13th of June. So I'm going to continue from 14th of June until today, 5th of July. I apologize for the delay in the video because the daily schedule has been quite busy, and I've been trying to catch up with this follow-up video as much as I can. Okay, anyway, let's start with the US market. So you can see here on the 14th of June, you can see the S&P 500 hit the all-time high level, and this is really an important milestone for the US market because well, for the year of 2024, it has been really very bullish, and almost every week it managed to trade to all-time high level. So the previous resistance was around here. This is about 5375 to 5380 thereabouts. And we do expect that if any pullback hit from this all-time high level, this will be a support level. Then next is STI at that point of time was struggling to move up. There was a slight rebound, but it wasn't convincing because if you look at the candle over here, it is a black candle. It opened higher and closed slightly lower, and in between there was some intraday fighting where the bull and the bear trying to gain control. So usually this kind of rebound is not a particularly strong one. So we have to watch further to see is there any more strength going forward for the STI. So if there's some more strength, of course, 3356 resistance is not a problem for you to hit. But if you pull back to hit 3307 on the 14th of June, then it will be a bearish sign. Then we also talk about Hang Seng, where Hang Seng was treading water at this support level at around 18,700. Rather 18,078. So that was back then. So I'm going to move forward until today, and then you will realize that how the performance of the indices would be. Okay, but bear in mind is that if you were to be on the 14th of June, these are the index charts that you're facing, and therefore you got to identify the key support levels, key resistance levels to determine where the likelihood movement the index is going to perform going forward. So for the S&P 500, like I say, it was about 5375. STI was 3307, and then Hang Seng was 18078. Then I mentioned about the UMS, where it was forming a higher low and something like an ascending triangle waiting for a breakout, and I do want the counter to hit 1.33 level. Okay, this is a key resistance that the counter has to test. And of course, on top, there are some more resistance, but first it must hit 133 in order to continue higher and higher. Then next is SIA, which forms a symmetrical triangle. And there is a potential chance for it to break up and of course breaking down. So if it breaks up, you will potentially hit 719, and if it breaks down, 644 will be the key levels to look out for, the projected level to look out for. So let's take a look at the chart for SIA and UMS. So UMS and SIA, in fact, I do have follow-up updates on the later email, but now I'm just going to go through everything on UMS for you so that when we come across the later email that covers the update on UMS, we can skip it. So you can see here, UMS actually tried to break out above 124, this crucial resistance or this major resistance. Unfortunately, it didn't manage to break out successfully as it closed below the resistance, and therefore the ascending triangle is now negated and the counter is on the sideway, struggling to move higher. The risk of going down right now is higher than the chances of it going up, because if UMS don't close strongly, like close at 120, Instead, it closed at 115. Then this is a sign of a potential formation of a downtrend, and UMS may be going down lower. Do take note that the counter is paying dividends soon. Not a lot, but on the 9th of July, you expect to get some. And that may be also a triggering point for the market to sell down if they are bearish about UMS. So normally stocks after dividend tend to go down if there isn't any catalyst to push it up. So I got to watch carefully on the 9th of July and thereafter. SIA was fantastic after posting it. Congrats to you if you have taken action where you are actually buying at support level here. So SIA rally higher, broke out this day on 27th of June, and then continue higher to hit $7, and the high was 701. So remember the projected target was 719, so which means that SIA is well on its way, staying on course to hit that level, particularly if today can close back at $7. Currently it is a bit down at 698, 699, but it doesn't affect the overall trend. Going back, we'll be looking at this. The next email. The next email is on the 18th of June, which is the next following week. Okay, so going to a calendar, 14th of June was the last day of trading for the week. Then we have 18th of June. Okay, so that was Tuesday because Monday Singapore was on a holiday for Hari Raya Haji. So you can see the over here the S&P 500 actually rallied strongly and closed at another all-time high level at 5488. Okay, so at this point, the previous level at 5450 will be a support level because this was the breakout point. So resistance broken, turn support. Okay, and next is that you can see STI. As I mentioned, the rebound was kind of a weak one, so therefore the next following day actually the next trading day actually follow through to sell down lower. Okay, and of course he tried to break the support, and this is in the first sight, it's not a bullish sign. Okay, once you look at it, it's definitely not a bullish sign. But of course, we need to see more follow-through selling, especially if you look at here. This is a cluster of support where STI was finding it well before it actually rallied up previously. So this is in fact a crucial turning point for STI. Hang Seng went on struggling as well, so you can see that it actually went down to below the 50-day MA, and this is the a bad sign. But at that point of time, you can see the indicators was moving up. MACD histogram, stochastic is moving up. So this means that the downside could be limited, where it could be ranging bound or it could change its trend. So it depends on what the market wants to do. But if it doesn't go up, at least it will go sideways because this sign is actually a sign of change. This kind of sign is usually a change in trend sign. And then of course that day there isn't any stocks that I think is worth to look at. So let's move on to the next one, where we can see 19th of June we have SETS and SIA. So I noticed SETS was trading at support level, which I'm going to go through later on. So we can see S&P 500, there's nothing much to analyze because it's just continuing to go higher, So there's nothing bearish to talk about and nothing to analyze, just all-time high. The skies is the limit. So how far it can go is really up to them. STI recovered some lost ground and trying to go up, but still a bit weak. As you can see, the candle is still black and there's some struggle with the shadows over there. But nevertheless, it's still positive because there's no follow-through selling where it doesn't break below 3297, this cluster of support over here. So that is a positive takeaway. Then we have Hang Seng struggling at this level. So like I say, it may consolidate, or it may continue to go up, or it may go up when we see this positive sign on this MACD. So so Hang Seng did not go up yet, but it struggled. Okay, it's like kind of like going towards a sideways. And then we have SATS, where SATS is having a support at 287. And then we have SIA update, where we see SIA remains at the support level. And so what was the analysis then was that you can see here, the counter remains at the uptrend support line, representing a potential opportunity for a rebound. So this is the keyword for you to take action, the call to action. If this rebound materialize, it can drive the price towards the upper boundary of the symmetrical triangle. So it's pretty clear my intention of posting SIA in this email. Okay, so you can of course see SIA already moved up lah. So you should be profiting lah. And SATS, which I do have follow-up emails on SATS as well, because SATS struggled to move up after I posted. And in fact, it came down to test 280 before it rebounds strongly like today. So right now I'm in the money. So congrats to you, congrats to me. And the uptrend of SATS remains intact. And now we are looking towards to break up this 299 resistance and continue higher to fill up the gap over here. Okay, so this is the a positive sign for SATS. Next, let's go to the next email. So 20th of June, there isn't any US chart because US was a holiday on the 19th. Okay, 19 is the Juneteenth public holiday, but S&P 500 remains at a high. You can see here STI struggled to move up. It attempted to move up, but then erased all the gain. But then again, it remains at the support level. So it is a positive sign for, I mean, there's no fish, but you still have stream, right? It doesn't break support. So, in the meantime, the support level at 3297 should be watched closely. This is what I mentioned. So this is what I'm thinking. If it doesn't break support, I remain positive. And then we have Hang Seng, which rebounded strongly to hit this 20-day MA. But however, it need to continue higher to hit 18,706 in order to change its trend. So remember this positive sign from the indicators. Well, these are the signs where Hang Seng may be going up to go for a change in trend or go sideways. So Hang Seng at that point of time was having a glimmer of hope that it may be ranging between 1878 and 18706, but of course things may change. Looking at AEM, it needs a confirmation for this doji at the support level. So let's see whether it can give a confirmation for this doji to rebound to 203 resistance. And that's it. So let's take a look at AEM chart. Unfortunately, our dear AEM did not give a confirmation. No follow-through buying for the technical counter. So you can see it's quite disappointing over here, where after the doji it turns black, and this is usually not a bullish sign. So this is the things that you need to look out for. After that doji confirmation at the support level did not happen, of course you got to pay attention, where if the next following day after the black candle still continue to go down, this means that the stocks may be still going down lah. So until today, it is still hovering in the low, consolidating, trying to build a base here, So if AEM continue with a movement that break the current base, which is going above 185, then there might be more upside. But if it breaks below 173, then say goodbye to this counter. Next email was the S&P 500 to resume analysis. So you can see here, okay, I mentioned earlier that when the resistance breaks, it turns support level. So this where I plotted a line, 3450 is the resistance level. You can see S&P 500 try to go for another all-time high, but in the end, the gain was erased and S&P 500 went to trade as low as 5460 thereabout, and it was about hitting 5450 support, but the good thing is it did not test, so but it is not still very bullish as yet, so we got to watch any follow-through action to push the S&P 500 below this 5450. If it did, then of course it will be a bearish sign. You can see STI came down and test the support again and managed to hold at support. So that is still a consolation in terms of my observation at that point of time. Okay, support still haven't break. You know, I remain bullish. I remain hopeful for this counter to rebound one day. The index and Hang Seng can see after the strong white candle, the next day there's a black candle. So this tells you that there is a so-called doubt in its upward movement, and if the day itself, trading day itself, after this black candle have a follow-through sell-off, then we can see the downtrend may continue, and you can expect Hang Seng to trade lower. Then we have Yangzijiang Finance, where it has a chance to rebound from the support level to go to 37 to continue its uptrend by breaking it to go to 385, see whether it can happen later on. And then we have yeah, that's it. Let's look at Yangzijiang Finance today. Yangzijiang Finance, we have it still hovering at the low. So in a way, it still presents an opportunity for you, but of course, right, it may take a long time for you to realize or to see some profit. And yeah, currently the uptrend remains intact, so yeah, no bearish sign in it yet. Next email we have 24th of June, S&P 500 continue lower to test the support level over here. You can see here. So the support is very crucial, where if it doesn't hold, then it may start to change the trend. So you got to watch. And then that week we were looking at expecting PCE data. Do take note that US inflation data is still the focus in the market. So you need to take note of this inflation data like PCE, CPI, which is this next coming Thursday. Okay. Then we see STI begin to rebound over here. That provides a positive and a glimmer of hope, and hopefully it can break out from 3326 to resume back its uptrend. Then we see Hang Seng continue lower, and from that point onwards, I have a so-called view on Hang Seng where it may range between 17843 to 18524, thereabouts. Yeah. Then we have Sembcorp Industry forming a hammer, and we were hoping that Sembcorp Industry, or I was hoping that Sembcorp Industry can break above 506 in order for me to get in. But unfortunately, our so-called fading star, yeah, fading star did not bring much happiness to us. As you can see, it failed to break out and it broke down to trade as low as 464. And well, I did post this bullish Harami pattern over here, I think 2 days ago, and hopefully it can use this support and use this bullish first sign to rebound back to this high. But as you can see now, the counter is still struggling to find that momentum to push it higher. So we shall wait and see what happens. And yeah, next. So next, we saw S&P 500 continue to feel weakness as it rallied up higher here, but all the gain was erased and it pushed down the index to close at the support level. And this support level, like I say, is very crucial for the S&P 500 as, you know, it helps to keep the uptrend intact. But then again, like I mentioned, you know, the market is just about looking for resistance, looking for support. So if it doesn't go up, then look for support. Yeah. So see whether support can hold or not. If support breaks, then this is a first warning sign, and you may want to reduce state or stand by for more bearish actions. If more bearish action comes in, then you can tend to take exit. So you can see STI start to generate the first positive sign over here. This is a solid white candle. And in my analysis, I do acknowledge that. Okay, so you can see the STI rally strongly closing at its high for the day and forming a solid white candle, the first of its kind in June 2024. Okay, and this performance offers a glimmer of hope to negate the bearish outlook mentioned previously. Okay, for a trend reversal to gain a momentum, the index must now test and breaks above 3326. This was my view then. And then we have Hang Seng, you know, testing the support and trying to rebound from support as well. But unfortunately, I think it failed miserably to go back to its resistance as yet. For that, at least for that point of time. At that point of time. So for SETs, we see some more positive sign at this support level, and therefore, of course, if you have SETs today, congratulations to you. And let's go for the next email. Then we see the S&P 500 continue to test the support level. You can see this lower shadow is at the support level, and then it managed to close higher. So this is a positive sign, and this is a hammer. And in fact, I myself do feel the confidence for it to go back to 5505 already. So there is bullish buying pressure, especially when it comes near to 5450 level. The STI, as I mentioned previously, this was a positive sign, and I expect it to go to 3326, and it did. So yes, beautiful Hang Seng and beautiful STI, and the so-called beautiful Hang Seng did not really rebound strongly, and there's some struggle. So when this kind of candle happen, I usually have a 50-50 view on the index, and it may go on a downtrend, forming a lower high after this doji, or it can still continue to go higher, but the chances is to go down lah, typically. Then we have Aztec, also in a symmetrical triangle, waiting for a breakout to happen. So let's look at Aztec. So you can see Aztec remains in a symmetrical triangle. The breakout did I beg your pardon, already broken up from the symmetrical triangle, and you can see that it managed to hold at the previous downtrend line very well, finding it as a support. And as it continue to go higher, then we do expect Aztec to trade above $1 soon. And the projected level will be about there lah, about there, where you are looking at around 110 level. Okay, 110 level. So congrats to you if you have Aztec. And then we have S&P 500 rebounding from the low. The low has been well tested. It has been tested 3 times, or if not 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it held resolutely, and therefore forming a very strong foundation for the S&P 500 movement going forward. Then we have the STI. You can see STI become more and more bullish as it breaks above the resistance level. So remember this, when the stocks is bullish, resistance breaks. When the stocks is bearish, support break. Okay, so you can see the bullishness of STI already. So we will just go through step by step to see whether STI can continue that bullish momentum. For the Hang Seng, it struggled to move higher, and therefore it's actually a concern whether you will form the next lower high to continue downtrend, or you can start to break into uptrend to hit 18518 level. Okay, So next is that we are looking at SIA. You see, again, following up. If it breaks 681, wow, fantastic. Expect for higher level. This happened already. Then we have Nano Firm, where I mentioned that the counter is likely to go higher, especially when it follow through above 76. Follow through means buying action to push the counter above 76, and the resistance to watch is 85. And what we have for Nano Firm is that it managed to break out from the downtrend line channel, as you can see clearly over here, and it continue higher to hit the resistance at 85. And despite a doji yesterday, the counter did not have following up selling, so there's no follow through selling, and you managed to stay positive right now. This is a positive sign. If we can close like this white candle, then there might be more upside for Nano Firm. For Nano Firm, there will be more upside for most of the time. Okay, so again, congratulations to those who took action at 75, 74. You have a good, fantastic profit. Next, we have S&P 500 going towards a resistance. So this is still showing positive sign in this uptrend. And then we have STI. You can see, looking at the yesterday candle, you can judge that, roughly STI should continue to go higher. And STI did. And the target is obviously hitting 3356. Next will be Hang Seng. We can see, wow, heavy sell-off. But the good thing is it managed to hit a support level. So this support, if it can hold, major support, if it can hold, of course, the Hang Seng will survive and many days to come. Okay. Then we have Samudera Shipping, which I detail out. Okay, I detail out clearly how you trade breakout, right? In the market, the key to success is risk management. Yeah, risk management. If you buy within your own means or trade within your own means, then the chances of winning in the stock market is higher in the long run. Okay. So what happened to Nano Firm? Well, Nano Firm continue higher, right? I think I did highlight this. So Nano Firm 84.5. And what happened to Samudera, which it needs to break 106 major resistance. So Samudera, well, it managed to hit the high of 107, but it consolidated every day over here. So probably the traders are off to help their children with their PSLEs. Well, or if not, then Samudera is just waiting for his time to remain positive. Okay. Then we have the next email. So we can see S&P 500 attempt to break out from this resistance, but floated towards the end to close lower. Well, when you see this kind of candle on S&P 500, probably you can just ignore, because the point here is that one candle itself does not determine the fate of or the fate of the instrument. Okay, so your faith will not be shaken easily. So what happened is that at least the support level at 5450 still hold. So this means that the stocks has a chance to rebound up. Okay, so you can see S&P 500 on that day coming close towards the support level again. Okay, if it breaks it, then it will be super bearish. If it doesn't break it, well, boys and girls can still enjoy their school days. Okay, then we have a highlight on the holidays for this week. And then unemployment on this coming Friday and tonight rather, right? Non-farm payroll is tonight. Then you can see STI started to take a break, but it did not affect the so-called upwards momentum, so that's fine. Hang Seng continue lower. Now it's closing below its support level at 17752. And we have Dynamic ascending triangle. Okay, this is ascending triangle. And the projected target is about 505. So let's take a look at our Dynamac and see how Dynamac perform. So Dynamac, let's take a look at the volume. Boom, see the volume shot up. Dynamac now is at 4.5. Congrats to you if you have it. And the target that you can aim for is 505. So the ascending triangle breakout successfully, and we shall look out for a higher level. Then is the next email. Now we are at the 1st of July already. So the next email, 2nd of July, we talk about Nanofirm. And Nanofirm is potentially going for a long-term uptrend as it forms an inverse head and shoulder over here. And it needs to go to 8.6 and break above 8.6. As I mentioned, breakout above 8.6 strong rally may suggest more upside and uptrend. So let's take a look at Nanofirm. So Nanofirm is actually right at the resistance right now. So again, yeah, like I mentioned earlier, this is a very profitable trade if you have traded it. And we are looking at it breaking up above 85 so that we can have some, piece where the counters may continue to go higher. So you realize that if a stock is moving uptrend, you actually have lesser headache. Why? Because the stock price goes higher, you're not worried to sell, so therefore your headache is lesser and you can see more profit. Yeah. So this is a natural cycle of human being. Yeah. Okay, so Nanofirm was fine. So we are waiting for a breakout to hit 1.10 level. Then we have Riverstone, the uptrend. We are very interested in, especially Doji at this uptrend, and we are expecting it to continue higher to hit 103. And coming back to S&P 500, you can see after the support holds, S&P 500 rebounded strongly to break out above its resistance. So this is an extremely positive sign. And then we are looking at STI, already broken this 3356 resistance. So this is the time for STI to continue higher to hit 3391 resistance. Okay, S&P 500 attempt to go up. So you can see with this long upper shadow over here, this represents the struggle during the intraday. The bullish traders push it up while the bearish traders push it down, and eventually Hang Seng settled above 17752, and this is a glimmer of hope. So I was telling one of my clients member that as this counter, which is Hang Seng, is not doing too bad, right? Especially it closed above 17752. At least it forms an inverted hammer. Okay, next is Riverstone. As I mentioned, that we are waiting for confirmation for that doji. So let's take a look at Riverstone. So Riverstone rebounded from the doji or the 20-day MA, and today it decided to take a break because there's no follow-through buying, and the immediate target is 1.03. Okay, so if you're holding Riverstone, just continue to exercise patience. Okay, next we have S&P 500 breaking all-time high. Just let it go, let it fly as high as possible. And then with no apparent weakness, it should continue to go higher. S&P 500 broke out from 3406, which is 3326 to 3406 actually zonal resistance. So it has broken out all the resistance and towards this 3454 resistance. And as of now, there might be a chance for the STI to even ends at this level. Then we have stocks like Hang Seng trying to recover. Yeah, that's a positive sign, but again, you must close back above 18297 in order to continue go down. Okay, then we have Sengkang Industry and Keppel Corp. Unfortunately, both did not really perform very well after the bullish Harami and the one white soldier candle pattern. Just now we talked about Sengkang Industry already, so let's cover Keppel Corp. So Keppel Limited rather, In fact, the rebound yesterday wasn't that pretty, as you can see the long upper shadow, and today open higher and close lower again, and that is not a positive sign for us as yet. So we need some more confirmation. And of course, while waiting for confirmation, we were expecting the Sengkang Industry and Keppel Cup to stop falling and at least as a mini so-called preparation for the next movement, especially if it adhere to this bullish reversal sign. Okay. Then the last but not least, 5th of July, today we talk about Baostick. Okay, Baostick is on an uptrend, and we are seeing more potential upside if we can break 5105 level. Again, there is no S&P 500 because last night was the 4th of July holiday. But S&P 5, this STI remain bullish as it rocket up towards this 3454 level. Okay, so let's see whether the positive upside is sustainable or not. And then we have condos, rather the Hang Seng, okay, the Hang Seng index. And we are looking at Hang Seng struggling yesterday to find footing to go up higher. And if there is no follow through buying up, then going down towards 17752 will be a bearish sign for the index. Then Baostick, the uptrending stocks waiting to break out above 105. So as of now, you can see Hang Seng is not falling through higher, but in fact, it has been sold down. And if it come down to this support level, it's going to form another descending triangle, and this time around it may go for full-fledged downtrend. Okay, so this is the video for the week, and as much as I would try to keep the video as current as possible, but unfortunately the schedule is really busy. I hope that you can support me by viewing this video, like this video, share around this video, up to you. It's not restricted to you and my clients. You are allowed to share with your friends. Okay, so appreciate your likes and your sharing, and I'll see you next time when I see you. Goodbye.